Hello. It is I, TheThreeTwo, bringing back one of my favorite games for Shmuptember, one of my favorite events. Grand Cross Renovation. I've actually never played regular Grand Cross. It was like one of those Desaimon homebrew shooters from like the Saturn or the Dreamcast. And this is, of course, the renovated version. Yesterday I played Gray's Counter with the ship from this, and now I'm going to play this with a ship from Gray's Counter, because I think that's funny. So, let's go ahead and get started. We'll be playing a shooting game with a sword. This is actually a really interesting game mechanically. The whole thing is like very high on risk reward. You actually have a really generous shield. But they also give you like really OP weapons. So you have to kind of budget how much you put into offense and defense at any given time. The Kirisame blade that I'm using right now has a power meter in the upper left that needs periodically recharged. I'll be trying to keep it at 9,999 as much as possible, but the more you use it, it goes down. Also, you can destroy enemy bullets, so as long as I'm swinging my blade, I'm basically invincible. Some things like beams don't get dissolved. And there's a few times where like an enemy's weak spot is inside their hitbox and I can't get close enough. But you also have a ranged attack where you throw your blade bits. Here we go. 9,999. This is not enough. The world is not enough. And I'm dead. Let's get away from that. Then I'll start taking this seriously. Huh. He didn't die all the way. I agree with the stage subtitle. This is a beautiful harmony for zero sum. What? When you play as this, when you play as the main character type ship in this game, this stage actually has you like attached to a battle armor that may more or less makes you invincible for the entire stage. It's practically a bonus level. When you play as a guest character, though, you actually have to play the stage. Here comes Blaster Master. Like, very briefly there, I had thrown my swords, so I couldn't use my swords. You actually do have to wait for them to come back. This isn't the hardest game, but, like, it gets hard when you try to show off. I kind of wish I could have the original soundtrack instead of the arrange right now. During one of the updates, they made it so they have like custom soundtracks for each of the guest ships, but they're not as good as the regular soundtrack. It's not even like they borrowed songs from Gray's Counter, it's just like this. There we go. Yeah, the regular soundtrack is what I was playing at the intermission. It's much more epic sounding. I will be a judgment light. Hey, it's Blaster Master. To keep your score as high as possible, you need to keep the risk meter in the upper right maxed out. So you kind of have to keep your shield at 50% or less to keep that from going down. When you're playing with this ship, crossing your blades to power up also lowers your shield. So it's almost like you have to keep going back to a resting stance every so often. Marin is like the hidden boss that's actually easier than the regular boss, which is 3 guys that look like this. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. You know, it's kind of funny. You have an auto bomb, but I don't think you can just bomb. Or at least I've never needed to. I think it comes back when your shield gauge fills up all the way. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Hey, it's Blaster Master. Here's a rematch with the first boss. The main gimmick in the game is the Sun Blade, which is like a 360-degree laser. Which this guy also has access to as a proper video game rival type character. Oh shit, I'm dead. We'll just kill him really quick there. Normally there'd be a little bit of dialogue there, where he's kind of doing like the, yes, I see your power is true, good luck out there kind of thing. He originally started a duel with you because he wanted the Sun Blade. Hey, thanks for the raid there. Nothing is true. All things are permitted. They don't want you to know this, but the ducks at the park, they're free. You can just take them. Oh, come on. I got too close. This is the boss I was talking about where, like, he's just too big. And you kind of need to throw your weapon to take it out. And now he's going to do the spirit bomb. He wants to see if your power is ultimate enough. And it might not be because my charge has gone down. And it's not letting me... There we go. That attack worked. I keep forgetting about the poke. Again, in regular story mode, there'd be some dialogue there. And when he does the spirit bomb, he's like, "Survive this and you're the real deal." I've charged up to 9,999 power, and I'm voiding my warranty left and right. I don't like this guy to exist for very long, so I just go straight for the core. Most bosses in this game die really fast. I really hate armed core. I would like very much for it to not exist very long either. Hey, it's Blaster Master. I need to get my risk meter back up. Hey, it's Blaster Empire. Anyway. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. This is one of the few bosses that kind of requires you to take out its side pieces before you take out the main. That barrier around the core won't go away until you've taken out the side pieces. Now it's Dance Dance Revolution. This is almost like a bonus stage section. You face a fleet of identical bosses called Whiter Siders. It's kind of like killing as many of these under the time limit as you can. There was a boss there that didn't get to see its name. It might have actually have had a name. There's a bunch of unnamed bosses that just show up. Now we fight a hermit crab. And now it's dead. Hey there. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, everybody. This part you just kind of survive while the music fades out. Getting closer to the final boss. The final boss is like its own stage after this stage. Actually, I think there's like at least 3 more bosses. I'm a little fuzzy on how the stages actually break out. Yes, we're going to Leviathan's Levia Castle. And it evaporated me because I tried to stab it. These things happen. Fight through a bunch of amoeba thingies. Hey, it's Blaster Master. Hey, it's Blaster Master. Depending on what the game feels like, Walker is either a joke or really hard. Sometimes it barely gets to attack, and other times it just obliterates me. I think there's like a rank system to this game that I still don't fully understand. But the longer you spend at maximum risk, it unlocks more boss encounters and bonus waves and stuff like that. That's fine. This is a very vibes-based game. In the upper left is the current power level of my sword, and in the upper right is like the risk meter that goes up when I let my shield go down. The life bar in the lower left is a pretty generous force field, but the more you use your powerful weapons, the shield decreases. So there's like a really strong risk-reward system in place. Anyway, that was the second to last boss. And now, the last boss. Leviathan. So Leviathan has a shield and 2 wings. He has some actually undodgeable full screen AoE attacks. So you have to make sure you save a little bit of shield for those patterns. And we're done. Moon's haunted. GG. I really like this game. I don't remember how I even discovered it, but I've really liked it ever since. And I recommend it a lot. It's not actually that hard. It's just one of those games where, like, you can get a basic clear really easy, and the difficulty comes in, like, playing for score and kind of showing off. And it's got this ship. This is the one that's like a guest star from Grey's Counter, the Kirisame Blade. You can play as the Kamui from the Altinex saga. And then this is the regular ship, Nexalts. It's got a 360-degree laser blade. Stage select, boss rush. There's an extra prologue chapter if the story isn't long enough, I guess. I don't know. This game was made in Shooting Game Builder, and it pushes it to its absolute limit. This is the only STG builder game that I, like, noticed an improvement in performance when I got, like, an actual good computer. It was so much easier when it slowed down massively. Anyway, that'll be it for me on this marathon. Hope to see you guys again the next time. Up next is Super Viper 2302, T302, with Parodius and other stuff. Till next time, take it easy.